So we come to see, right, and to give people a basic understanding of knowledge they don't receive growing in this country. A person that asks you, what's your certification? Where did you learn? My certification is life. 28 years of experience with real life problems. It doesn't get no better than that. I don't need a doctrine from somebody telling me that I'm smart.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? This is God-given natural genius. We all are, right? So I don't need nobody to tell me I'm smart. I know I am. So therefore, to understand my understanding on how we got some confusion, right? How did we get taken from where we were from? They dominate there, then we get dominated here. Think of this. I did not come over here on an all-expense vacation. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
I was a prisoner of a war. We can't even call it a war because it was a whole bunch of deceit and deception. But, okay, European, right? Antiquity, we talk times antiquity, comes over for battle, right? And they bring what? Their family, probably 100,000 strong, right? So wives, daughters, you know what I mean? They coming to invade. They coming to take this. They don't plan, you know what I mean? This is the beginning. They coming from the cold, the mountains and shit. They ain't no reason to stay there. There's nothing there. That's why there's no history there. But, again, so they come to invade, they lose, we defeat, right? Now, they came 100 strong to Kemet. But the king is going to ask of the foreign country, could you take one of my daughters to wife so my name will live on?
Yeah.
He's dead. He's gone, right? So, us being the niggas we are, smooth, cool niggas, right? Yeah, I'll take one of your daughters. Not knowing the pain this will cause, right? So now, you have alien forces in Kemet, but outside of Kemet, outside the walls, right? In them hills where the Hebrews say they from, right? So now, you got the king marrying the European, right? Now we're going to go a generation in, right? Now this kid, the first generation, is a mixture, right? He stays 30 to Kemet. He only one generation in, but we're going to go another generation, right? So now we got we 3 generations in now, right? On a European African Kemite mixture, right? Now you're getting information from your people in Kemet of the power of being black and being who you are, right? But then you're hearing white power, never forget where you're from. So now the confusion starts, right? Now we got a Tiger Woods nigga. He don't know he black, he don't know what he is. He say he Abenizia region. You understand what I'm saying? He don't know. So now he's giving rights to them cousins outside the walls of Kemet. The ones that live, that staked out there. You understand? He's giving them, they get to come in and all, but they just live out there. Now he's giving them laws, right? Now, on both sides of the field, he got to try to please everyone, right? Because one side of his family white, one side of his family black. So now, we have an undercover agent. Someone that's not for the crown. Now, you got people who knew the royal language, right? Knew the royal secrets. Because he's telling his cousins, you know what I mean, his family. You know how that shit go. So now, you go to a little town, you Jay-Z to the town. You rock it like a fucking concert. You understand what I'm saying? You got that type knowledge. You know how the trees move and all. That knowledge didn't come basic back then. So, now you got religious sects starting off of this information. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody know God in their own certain way, right? So now, you got the people outside the hills. Now, you got the famines coming, right? Now, the priesthood is formed, right? Everything is a cultural process. You understand what I'm saying? Because if the people who were in power wasn't into favor, then you had to have some secret conversations to build something else.
Right.
You understand that? So that's a cultural process. You get what I'm saying? Regardless of how the king was treating motherfuckers, beforehand, you did not know. Beforehand, there was not. So when the first group started off of the greater group, that was the cultural process in the beginning. Speaking in secret. You understand what I'm saying? And that's a law of Ma'at. Don't conform and hitting places and all that. Like, speaking secrecy. So, now, you got famines coming. The food getting fucked up. Now with the weathering, now, we never know. Could it be possible that that was planned also? But with the weathering and vegetation and all that shit dying out, people starting to eat insects. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't too much real big meat. It was like insects and shit like that. But now the people asking Pharaoh, "What's up?" Right? But the priesthood got this guy that don't have to answer for shit. You get what I'm saying? Now, this third party is getting the love. So, now, scoop Pharaoh out the way. Now the priesthood is in power, right? But now, you got people who want to control certain things, not always close to the crown, right? And don't want to take orders from somebody thousands of miles away, hundreds of miles away, right? So now, what is the only way you can capture the people from out of their belief of their God? What's the only way? There's not too many ways you can make a motherfucker stop, right? So, that's what they'll do. Now, I create my version of God, right? And I make him seem more relevant and real, right? Because to understand times of history, right, you gotta look at it in its historical setting. You understand? You gotta understand it in its historical setting. Like, I can't think on 3,000 years ago and think of how niggas act now. You understand what I'm saying? I gotta know how they ate, know how they lived the everyday life, right? Know what they believed in, if they believed in anything like we believed in. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because nature is divine principle. Do you understand what I'm saying? It is not no Big John in the sky. No, it's divine principle. The gods are an expression of the one source, the divine. You understand? Like, we are all a vibration of the divine, of the one big source that has all the pull of the universe, right? Now, to understand that religion was something formed for control. Everywhere Columbus went, they told him to build a fort and a church. Everywhere Columbus went, right? These motherfuckers took something, regurgitated it, and gave it back. Here. Think of this. What's the emblems on them medieval knights and shit? They Lionheart and all that shit, right? Them niggas name be Lionheart and shit like that, right? Ain't no fucking lions in Europe. Where the fuck they see a lion from? You understand that? If you know that you're in the winter, right? Right? White black people get light as shit, right? Black people get light as fuck, get pale. Right? In the summer they get dark as shit, right? Dig it. If the Arabs was in that desert for thousands of years, you don't think they'd be a little bit darker?
Yeah, of course.
If a black person stay in a cold climate for thousands of years, right? He loses his ability to produce melanin, right? Because of, you have a crystalline pack right here, right? Which is your number one receptor from the sun, right? But as nature plays its part, right? Your body says nature over fucking nurture. So for you getting smart, fuck all that. You gotta survive to be smart. So nature make your hair grow over your head, right? To cover your body. Now you're growing hair everywhere. They're warming you, right? To keep you warm. Because you need hair to retain the heat. You understand? Only way that we gonna understand what we've been through is if we understand the science behind it. Ain't no other way, because we can't put it on what if fairy ghost shit. You understand? Because we did that for too long. You understand what I'm saying? We called to the sun while every other real culture was getting into science, getting forward progress, while we gave it to the sun and rain dances. You understand what I'm saying? Basically. So we got to get back down to the groundwork and get back with the thinkers. You understand what I'm saying? We lost that way. Like, it's really, you really live your life in a screen. People have no more physical experience with the earth. Think of this. In 2003, you was a fucking weirdo if you was in a screen all day. Now, if you don't, you're a fucking weirdo. You see how that shit work if you're a real life person. But this is how it's gonna get. I'm gonna break it down to you. With people going into technology so much, right? And people dependent on technology so much. So now you go through technology for everything, right? You don't know nothing of the plane. You don't know how to make start a fire. You know what I mean? Simple things. How to anything, right? Now, when a disaster happens, we'll rely on technology, something that's not going to be here, right? So what does that make us? Helpless, right? That's a great way to control the population. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's the way they see it. It can't be too many of them if it's only this amount of us. You understand what I'm saying? If we've been through so much, right? We've been through so much, but we still was able to make forward progress in this country, right? Then we gotta be and think about it, right? Also, the Amish, the Mormons.
Yeah, I meant that.
What's their name?
The Amish don't use
Think about this.
man.
The what? The Mormons. They heavy in Kemet too. All of them. They look on Kemet information. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just to take you through the world, right? Kemet. Right? And you have, I say, Greek invasion, right? Right? After the Greek invasion, the Vandals, Ostrogoths, the Visigoths, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Or it might have been Romans before, then the Visigoths, right? Then you have the Moors. Then 710 AD, the Moors invade Europe, right? This is where the concept of holy water come from. Alcohol. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the concept of holy water. Alcohol. Something that'll get rid of any pain in your body. That's what they had. That's why to this day, holy churches, holy places, call it spirits. And I mean, raise your spirits. You understand what I'm saying? To this day. So, they come in, they invade, and at this time, 95% of Europe is illiterate. right? They showed them how to keep animals out of their homes because they would let the pigs and the cows roam all the way through. They showed them how to make a pen, and this is where animals go. You don't back and forth like that, right? They taught them how to read. They taught them how to write. They didn't have math. They didn't have a letter zero. You can't do math without a letter zero. Fuck what anybody tell you, right? Clothing. Basically, they built them up. The first university in Europe was an African university, right? From 711 to about 1402, a black man had power in Europe. But these things they don't tell us, right? Also, to understand, we gave them math, right? But the reason you should just think of logic, right? Who do you think created math? A man or a woman?
I mean, yeah, probably, man.
Why? What you got to count for? What you counting? 2 hands, 2 feet, 2 balls. Man is good.
So a
woman got to count.
Yeah.
They got the, having their menstrual.
Yeah, calculate.
Having their menstrual, they understood that, we go through 4 phases just like the moon. And they started to count. Right? Math came from women. Man didn't have to count. For what? It was no reason. You understand what I'm saying? This is just logic. Going back ancient times logic. To get us an understanding of who we were. Right? From here to Asia, there was no difference in no one. No different. That's why they call this the New World. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is why this side of the world was the New World, because from here to Asia to the European knowledge. You understand what I'm saying? Africans have been coming to this plane for thousands of years. You understand what I'm saying? It was a worldwide culture that was diminished with a certain group of people. Just understand this, man. Understand this. Until we figure out who we are or what we are and the reason it has happened to us and no one else, we'll never get it right. I don't care what the 2-car garage and the house on the hill, and you're doing great because you got a cousin that's fucking lost. And we not just talking about money-wise. That's what get people. People are so defensive, right, for this beast that they'll, money can't. No, we're not talking about money. Spiritually. Because if you could spiritually lift somebody, the money should have come. This is what people don't know. When you're enlightened, cash ain't too hard. You understand what I'm saying? But people can't get right because they fucking fools. They don't understand that the person that can't learn anymore, you're dumb. The person who can remain teachable, he is the smartest nigga in the world because he can always learn. You understand that? The motherfucker that be like, nah, I'm cool. Yeah, he's a dumb motherfucker because you can't learn anymore. But the person who can remain teachable always got room. We got 13.5 billion years of memory in our brain. You understand that? So we got to get cooking. I'm pretty sure, right, on an average, at least where we're at, people don't read 5 books a year on average. Because, why? 8 hours of their life, go to sleeping for a job of another 8 hours. They work for somebody else, corporation, that's yacht life, and you understand that? Why they call that making a living, the person they working for living a life. Do you understand that? They get you prepared. At motherfucker be 14 talking about, I can't wait to get a trade. What the fuck is you talking about? You understand? For your goal of living life? People want you to believe the king concept is dead, the queen concept is dead, and it's not. They're allowed to, but if you think it, right? I don't want you owning, right? That's why you have to. You must look in this world like nobody better than you. You understand that? 5 positive affirmations every day. Yeah, I'm the shit. Do you understand that? Command this fucking universe like you the Panther. You understand that? You make the move. You make and say what's gonna go on. Women, y'all fucking rule the world. The nigga act like he don't wanna act right, don't give him shit. Simple as that. No. Do you understand? No attention at all, too. See, women think men don't give a fuck about attention. All they give a fuck about is sex. That's not kind of true. Because once they understand that you ain't playing about that sex part, that's when they care about the attention. You understand? Because now they want to know who getting that attention. You understand that? And understand this. Playing your fucking life out. If you talk to somebody, right, and they get you hard or he gets you wet, go ahead and plan your life out first. Don't take a roll of the dice. Because then in turn, you destroy someone else's life while you beating better off of your fucking emotional problems and they gotta come into this world. You understand what I'm saying? Because at 9 months, I don't give a fuck what's gonna happen. That shit got to go. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, while you dealing with what you dealing with your partner, that shouldn't even be your fucking partner, because real partners don't go through no crazy shit. Yeah. That's only American thinking, punch drunk love. No, that shit ain't love. That's insanity.
And then
to the point you about to die. It's normal. Yeah, you start to think it's a norm. Yeah. So you got a kid coming in this world, he don't know to laugh or cry when something fucking happens. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
Mommy and daddy do it.
You shake a rattle, he start crying and beat his fucking head in the ground. He don't know what to do. He fucking retarded. Because of you sending that positive and negative energy the wrong way. You have to learn how to stress the egg. And when to stress the egg, you're not really supposed to stress it too much in the wrong ways. You sending all negative energy at it when you sit and argue. Instead of the positive energy that you're supposed to release and hugging your mate, releasing good dopamine out your brain to him, knowing, damn, that's a good move. Huh? That's a good feeling.